and welcome to Truth, Health, and Wellness. I'm Lacey Klontz with Dr. Matt and Deborah St. John. Hey, guys.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. Did you get a haircut?
Yes.
I just looked at you face to face when y'all just ran in
I
here.
did. I got a haircut.
It looks very nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
So, good week. How's the clinic, y'all?
Very
Good.
good. Busy, super busy.
That's good.
So many people
Right.
coming in and out right now.
It's a busy time. People are
Allergies?
starting to get a little sick again. A lot. I had 2 people in today that it was mainly mental health, stress, anxiety. A lot of people are starting to get colds and deal with and also a lot of people are also preparing for their immune systems for the next few months or
Right.
next couple of months. Next month, I feel like we have some stress coming in this country over the next few weeks and people are like a little bit, I don't know, like numb to it or something. It's like no one's thinking about the fact that in 3 weeks we're having
2 weeks.
the next presidential election and it's
We're all
chaos.
trying to just avoid it in our
Yeah.
brains. I'm trying to block everything out. Everybody just, PSA, be nice. Just be sweet to people.
Yeah, just be nice because
during this crazy time.
I know one thing, your political candidate is not going to be having any favors done by you acting horrible to people that don't agree with them or agree with you. So, and what's interesting is not a lot of people think about who supported who during the election, months and years after. So whatever, however you act right now, it matters.
Oh, yeah.
And the stress and anxiety, though, we're seeing a lot of that. We're seeing a lot of people who are. We had some behavioral disorders. We had someone who was a couple of people, matter of fact, who had children who are having learning or behavioral issues. So that's a lot of people are neck deep in school, and they're realizing that whatever they've been trying, whatever course of therapy or action that they've been trying to do isn't working, so they want options with their kid and to be able to get some natural options and to make them well.
Like eggs. What was it we were talking about last week?
Protein
with the
and eggs.
eggs
Yeah.
that made some kid mean or something or crazy.
Go wild.
It was a
No,
reverse.
we were talking about
It was
the bird. We were talking about the bird. We started feeding the worms,
Oh.
and because it was a protein, we're like theorizing. Well, did it make that bird mean? But no, eggs won't make you mean. Not any meaner than you
Just
already are.
birds. See, that's why I forgot that story because I block birds out
Yeah,
of
she
my
hates
house.
birds.
I hate birds. I do.
Even our macaw that we have in the jungle, she doesn't even like it.
I mean, I
Poor Ruby.
didn't say that. God,
She doesn't.
hurt her feelings.
Well, when you go to the jungle and you come visit, and you'll end up loving that bird. It'll be your
she'll make
favorite
you like
bird.
her.
Didn't you tell me that she scares you, that she'll get on your shoulder and sometimes you're like,
No, here's what happened. The first time I ever met Ruby, my friend Percy, who is, literally one of the top global experts in jungle survival. I mean, in the entire globe. Like, this guy's, he's like MacGyver except Peruvian, and so he'll love. I'm gonna have to make sure he sees this episode now that I've built him.
yes.
But no, Percy's amazing, and but he helped us rescue this bird from the black market, and but he doesn't.
Wait, Ruby? Ruby
Ruby.
was from the black market?
Oh, she's in the black market. She's going to be sold for
Famous.
whatever. Yeah, she's going to be in the black market.
In
and
a bad way.
And what's funny is that they literally just took Ruby, and she was never in a cage when they got her. They literally just brought her on a boat. They took her an hour and 30 minutes upriver on the Amazon River, and the bird is just sitting there like, we have a video of her just leaning off the boat eating a banana, and so it was pretty awesome. Where was it? Okay, so we got to our place, and Percy's like, well, let me show you your bird, Ruby. And I'm like, okay. So he gets this parrot, and he's like, oh, she's in a good mood, and she's like pecking at him and and everything. And I'm like, I don't know that this bird's really happy right now. And there's monkeys, and everything's just kind of crazy. And this bird's never met us before. We're gringos.
We
never even seen a
just
gringo.
came in on a boat too, so we're still trying to get our bearings straight.
Yeah, we literally just came in from an hour and 30-minute boat ride in the jungle, and so he just puts her on my shoulder. Now.
She's pretty big.
This is a big,
and we've never met her before.
A big, huge bird about this tall, and she's just looking at me with this beak, which her beak is about this long, very strong, beak. Obviously, just take an eye out immediately.
Yeah,
and she's
don't
like,
look.
and she's over here, right? So she's over here. So I can't really. I'm not making eye contact. I can't see her, and I know she's over here going, and not acting like she's overly thrilled about hanging out with me for a minute. And so at that moment, I was a little concerned about my eyeball. But after that, we hung out.
After a few minutes, it was fine.
Yeah, she literally we'd be hanging out on her porch, and all of a sudden you'd hear, and you'd look over, and the bird would just come walking up.
She just walk up the path.
Talking about everyone coming in this week for anxiety. I am having anxiety thinking about this
The walking
conversation. I'm
parrots.
literally starting to sweat even more than I.
Oh my goodness.
It's just,
and we'd be
because
sitting
of
there.
the eye. I mean, have you
Yeah.
seen The Birds?
Yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock? That's why
Oh,
I'm so
yeah.
terrified because of it.
I've never seen it.
Yeah,
Don't
well,
watch it.
That's
our
why.
girls watched it on vacation like a year or two ago.
Are they traumatized?
I don't think so. I think they thought it was a little more funny and silly than totally,
They weren't trying. Well, we were raising a wild bird at the time.
Yeah.
At the time that they watched it
So-
too. So I
Oh,
think
gosh.
They kind of enjoyed it, I think.
yeah, a little bit.
They didn't take it too
But
serious.
yeah, that's. But yeah, the bird there for a minute was a little concerning. Just like the same thing as our monkeys. The monkeys are crawling around your head.
They're
You
cute,
don't.
though.
For all you know, it's going to grab you. By the eyeball. And so, but they don't.
No,
I
they're
don't
fine.
think monkeys would do that.
I don't. I've heard some bad monkey stories.
But the
Oh,
little
yeah.
ones that you set free?
Not ours.
Yeah.
Oh, the little pygmy marmosets.
They're so
those little
cute.
You know what's funny though? Of all the monkeys we've ever had or ever rescued or anything, those little pygmy marmosets were by far the meanest. They were.
They did not look mean
They
at
were
all.
like, look
They're
at me.
adorable.
They were like,
Yeah, like a cat.
they were like. I finally pet one just a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but by the time I was able to like pet it, they mock bit me like 5 times. They didn't really bite
Mock
me.
bit you?
Yeah, like
Just trying to scare you.
acting like they were tough, like little monkey. It's like I'm gonna bite you, and they didn't really bite me. They just made me jump about a foot up in the air. But because I don't care if you're this big. If you're a monkey and you're biting me, I'm not gonna just be okay with it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I pet the little monkey, and they ran
If you
away.
haven't seen the video, go to their Facebook, scroll back, go to videos, find it. It's hilarious. It's like a cartoon. I mean, they literally open the little cage and like it was that fast.
Oh yeah, handmade cage, and there was one little monkey that waited. He was like, I'm not going up that tree yet. Until finally, all the others were up there, and it's like, wait a minute, I'm alone in a cage.
Now I'm alone.
I think it's time to go up this tree. Yeah. So we found the perfect little tree they love to live in, and from what I hear, they still live there.
Yeah.
So they're still living there. They'll be there when we get back.
Oh,
a
they're your
month or two.
neighbors.
Yep.
Mhm. I like to
They're
go
little
see
monkey
them
neighbors.
again.
But yeah, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, immune stuff. We had some autoimmune things today. We had someone in
Like what?
today who was a military brat, and due to her being a military brat, she just, thyroid cancer, a removed thyroid, a ton of issues. Just had
From being a military brat?
well, yes, more or less. Military bases, even around here, there's a high level of a chemical called perchlorate that we find in environmental areas that are around military bases. And this perchlorate is a chemical that's found in rocket fuel. Now, I don't know why, maybe they're dumping it, I don't know what they're doing, but at the same time, this perchlorate is proven to cause thyroid disease and abnormal tissue growth in thyroids. So a lot of people who are dealing with thyroid issues don't really realize it, but the reason you have, your thyroid's like this big, and so it's not the biggest, strongest gland that you have, and so it's very sensitive, and people who are getting exposed to not only perchlorate but other chemicals are having thyroid disease left and right. And so we work a lot with people who are dealing with thyroid disease. And even in her case, she had her thyroid removed, but yet we have the raw glandular thyroid extract from a bovine source, and that actually can be supplemented. People can
Your
take
thyroid formula?
Yeah, thyroid.
I've been taking it.
that. There you go.
Good. Mm-hmm. Thanks, guys.
And you feel great, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't say if you didn't.
Well,
But it's
no, when I went out of town, I slacked and did not take my stuff. I took it with me.
Yeah.
But just on the go every
It's
day.
easy to
Yeah,
do.
it's easy to do.
Yeah. It's easy to forget when you're not.
Could you tell a difference when you weren't taking it versus when you were yet?
I was at Disney, so I was
It's kinda
super
hard.
She was
distracted.
she was
it's
high
hard
on
to know.
Disney. High on Disney. It's
A
hard
little
to
bit.
hard to
Yeah.
when you travel. A lot of times
You're
too.
healed.
People ask. Yeah, people ask when's a good time to start something or when's a good time to stop something. A lot of times when you travel is a good time to either start or stop something, and when you get back, it's a good time to either start or stop something because you can at that point. When you travel, normally your adrenaline's up, your hormones are up, and you feel like you have a lot more drive and energy, and so you can sort of survive off that for a minute, and then when you get back home, you can start fresh.
Crash.
Then you just crash.
We have to really make an effort to make sure that we take everything we need to take when we're out of town. And we've gotten sick not taking everything we need to take before. So
Yeah.
now we really try and do right when we leave the country, especially.
The Peruvian government has never stopped us or or bothered us about, she'll just pack these Ziploc bags, right? So, and plus we use the Ziploc bags in the jungle. Let me tell you, you'll make some friends in the jungle, bring some good Ziploc bags.
They love them.
Those things are like gold, because they'll reuse them and just use them forever. They don't end up in the Amazon. So, but she'll bring all these Ziploc bags, and they'll be full. Each bag will have like 20 pills, various colors, shapes, sizes. And so, we'll bring those. And sometimes when we come back to the country, the only time we hear anything about it will be when we come back to the United States. In the United States, they're like, what are these pills? And they're like, well, they're actually pills we didn't take while we were in Peru. We took them to Peru. We're like, well, we really don't care what's in it. And so there was one time where we had some beetroot gummies. They were beetroot for like your heart and everything, and they were wrapped in aluminum foil. And so they didn't like the looks of those, but they still were okay.
They still let us have them.
Yeah,
Isn't it funny how the airport works? I mean, we were just there last week, okay? I couldn't finish my beverage, just my bottle of Dr. Pepper. You didn't hear that. Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Green.
I couldn't take that through security, but my mom, she packed in a Ziploc bag stevia, just poured stevia in it. And it just white powder stuff in a Ziploc bag.
Oh, that's what they're doing.
In a Ziploc bag, guys, white powder stuff.
That's funny.
And it just went straight through. They didn't even look at that.
Yeah, they don't care about food. You could take like your to-go box.
It didn't look like food.
And you can put it straight. You can put it straight through. But if you have any water, they'll take it. They take all liquids.
Sense.
They don't. Well, they're not looking for that. We know.
What are they looking for?
Well, when you're on the plane, they're looking for things that'll blow the plane up, things you could hurt other people with, things that you could, put up to a stewardess, or a steward's, throat, or
weapons.
In other words, it's weapons. It's
her
about.
hot glue gun was in the carry-on too. They didn't.
Oh, they didn't care about that.
No, but her hairspray made the whole thing go off. Yeah, it was her hairspray and then a drink.
She brought hairspray too. Your mom's like trying to be like a terrorist over there.
I know.
Man, that's awesome. But she still got
Mom.
the stuff through. Well, that's really awesome though, because we've seen people with vape cartridges. We've seen people just completely unchecked. I'll never forget the time that I took a 50 caliber BMG rifle round. Now this is a bullet, a armor-piercing incendiary tracer bullet this big to be shot out of normally a machine gun, a heavy machine gun, called a 50 caliber rifle. And yeah, I had it accidentally in my bag. Go figure. I'm kind of an interesting fella sometimes. And literally the guy says, "You didn't mean to bring this, did you?" And he pulls out this bullet, And I look like, because my gosh, it's the kind of stuff you use to take down a plane. And so I'm like, no, and he could tell by the look on my face. About that time, his supervisor was walking up, and he took it and he tossed it into the bin where they toss the things. And he said, "Go ahead." And so I took off, and I could hear his supervisor behind me going, "What was that?" He was like covering for me, helping me hurry along so that I wouldn't get in trouble for carrying something that could take an airplane down.
Where were you?
ATL, Atlanta.
That was ATL.
Yeah, Atlanta.
And that was it? You didn't?
Oh no, that was it.
That was it.
What did they do with it though, I wonder?
They just confiscated
They confiscated it, and then there's
whatever they
After
do with
that.
all that stuff.
I've always wondered because they have bins of just all kind of stuff. I think we're supposed to go to commercial.
I think so.
I think we
We'll
are.
be right back. Don't go away.
At DVP Auto Group, we have a wide selection of any type of car you could want. We offer financing for all types of credit. Not only can we help you to purchase a car affordably, but we can help you with any issues you may experience with your car as well. We provide oil change, tire repair, brake service, or anything else you may need. We also gladly accept trade-ins, and if you're willing, we can help you drive away in a new car the same day. If you don't see something you like in the lot, we'll help you find one, whether you buy from us or not. Come see us today.
At Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your bank. We're your neighbors and involved in the community. We're the bank featuring the Southern Rewards checking account, a cashback account with no ATM fees. We are on the cutting edge and always have a smiling face to help you out. So come to Southern States Bank, where we are committed to great service and being a great neighbor. Let us be the bank for you and your business.
At Bentley Prosthetic and Medical Supply, we care about you. We offer custom prosthetics, orthotics, diabetic shoes, and durable medical supplies. We're located here in Alexandria, Alabama, where it's a country feel but professional care. Come see us today.
The Point at JSU is an off-campus student housing property located a half a mile away from Jacksonville State University. The Point offers fully furnished, pet-friendly, 2 bedrooms and 4 bedroom units. Resident experience is our #1 priority, therefore we do offer the following amenities: a resort-style pool, fitness center, basketball and volleyball court, and dog park. We would love for you to come see our property, so give us a call at 256-376-8317 to schedule a tour today.
Welcome back to Truth, Health, and Wellness. I'm Lacey Klontz with Dr. Matt and Deborah St. John. So before the break, we were talking about airline
All kinds of
hacks.
stuff.
What you can and can't take
What
on
you
an
can
airplane.
and
You can't. You're
cannot.
not supposed to take 50 caliber BMG rifle rounds. We did travel one time with a pistol.
Yeah, but it was
we
legal
checked it.
though. We
Yeah,
did
we went to
right.
Alaska, and you don't go to Alaska without a gun if you're going to be just running around. With
Right,
grizzly
yeah,
bears.
safety reasons. Yeah, and you can take a Ziploc bag of stevia, powdered white stevia.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
not going to care. It made no sense. So anyway, we had a question from a viewer. They were asking about their immune system and does exercise, like, I'm just
Build
going to
up their
look
immune
it back up because I kind of forgot. I lost my spot. Hang
That's
on.
awesome.
It was, well, oh, I hear you talking about exercising to build up body strength. Does that also build my immune system? See, I was kind of there.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
When you exercise, you start to release hormones. You need those hormones because you exercised. Now,
Endorphins.
and it's not just this adrenaline. It's norepinephrine. It's all these adrenal hormones. It's thyroid hormones. It's your pituitary, your brain putting out luteinizing hormone, and everything's being stimulated in the proper way. And so, of course, you can overtrain, you can overdo it and all that, but if you do the right kind of exercise, then you've stimulated your body's production of very, very important hormones. When that happens, it increases your metabolism, sure, but it also increases immune function. It makes you feel better. It makes your body, for example, your lymphatic system. That's how we're able to throw off toxins from our organs and our glands. And so this lymphatic system is very important. We got the rebounder, right? A little trampoline will definitely humble you.
Oh, yeah.
3 minutes on a little trampoline has me like literally looking like I have ran a marathon.
I know.
And then one of our daughters came in the other day and she's like, "Dad, you're really not going very high." And I thought, seriously,
gee,
I'm about to
thanks.
die. My calves are, my ankles are cramping. I'm about to fall over, and she's criticizing my vertical leap.
Height.
And so it's like, it's like my
Kids.
vertical hop. Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, it was pretty funny.
It's great exercise, though.
It is. Well,
Yes.
it stimulates that lymphatic function. A lot of people who have who need a lymph cleanse or need lymphatic aid in their body, one of the first things we'll do is recommend one of these, these little trampolines, and you just jump up and down on it.
It makes sense. The drain, yeah.
Yeah, jumping up and down,
Yeah.
you bouncing, and
That's right.
you're basically purging toxins, but you also tighten up. That's the more you do it, the more you tighten up, and tightening up is a good thing. And it's important. But your immune system responds favorably to exercise. It responds not so favorably to too much exercise. So overdoing it, marathon runners, people who are. I used to run long distance. I used to weigh like 125 pounds, same height I am now. And they called me the Ethiopian bodybuilder. That's a long nickname for Hoax Bluff, but anyway, that's what they called me for a little while. And so I'm thinking, well, that's like a sideways compliment. I've seen some Ethiopian bodybuilders. They don't look like, anyway. It was because I was so skinny. And so I know, though, that when I got to the point where I was really running those long, long distances, it would affect my immune system. It would affect how well and how quickly I recovered from colds and that sort of thing. But when you do the right amount of exercise, which is just not overdoing it, there's a big difference in running a mile and 10 miles.
Let's
at
talk
one
about
time.
overdoing it.
Yeah. And so that makes a big difference to be able to get the right appropriate amount of exercise. Most people don't get any exercise. A lot of people aren't getting anywhere near enough exercise.
30 minutes 4 days a week
That's all you need.
is
Really?
That's it.
basically all you need.
These people that live at the gym, it's
No.
great, but it's not necessary.
So now, is 30 minutes, is that cardio and lifting, or?
I would spend
One.
20 minutes lifting and 10 minutes doing cardio. I think lifting weights, resistance exercise, first off, there's no more clinically validated way to reduce depression and anxiety than to do resistance exercise, meaning weights, free weights, not just free weights, machines, whatever kind of resistance exercise you can do. When I was a kid, I was sort of self-conscious because I was like a band student and I didn't play football, and I went to Hoax Bluff, which everybody was a big. It was cool back then to actually be big, to be a big guy. It's not as cool anymore now. They're like shriveled up dudes, but it was big then to actually work out and have muscle. I didn't have enough body strength to lift 135 pounds for bench for reps.
Okay.
And that's like you have to be able pretty much as a guy to lift 135 pounds if you're going to do it in front of other people. So I literally got a solo flex. People listening.
What?
The Gen Xers, see, you should know. Actually, you're a millennial. The Gen Xers should know what a Solo Flex is. Solo Flex was this workout machine that they came out with that used basically like advanced rubber bands for the resistance. And so it was a full-blown weight machine, like a Bowflex, except it used rubber
yes.
bands.
I remember that.
And so I got one of those from a retired police officer in Gadsden and paid $500 for it. That was a hard thing to earn when I was like, 14, 15, 16 years old. So I got that machine, and I started working out until I got strong enough to actually go to the gym and lift that 135, on the
There you
bench.
go.
So, but the resistance exercise was so important, and it started making me feel so much better. And what I noticed, what was really interesting, was the more I exercised and the more I did those weight, not overtraining, just like we said, like 4 days a week, maybe 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes at a time. But I actually started, my GPA went up, my grades went up, my learning went up, my attention span went up. Everything went up. Of course, I also started eating protein, started eating better.
You're getting more oxygen to your brain, which helps you think better, remember things.
Yeah, the oxygen.
You know?
And see, that's another thing. I mean, we to oxygenate the cells and to give that volume. When you work out, you increase your blood flow and you increase your nitric oxide output. That's the gas that creates circulation through your body. So your veins, your arteries, it improves your cholesterol, it improves your vascularity, it improves your blood flow, it improves your circulation, it improves cardiac function, it improves memory, it improves your everything. It improves every aspect of health. And why people don't do it is beyond me, except that it's just something that people don't want to have to go do. They're self-conscious about going to a gym out somewhere. Yeah, Planet Fitness is like $20 for the full membership, for the big membership. It's like $20 a month.
And they have pizza, right?
Pizza? I wouldn't doubt it.
Don't they have cheat days there
I
where they bring
don't
pizza?
know.
I think I've heard
I have
of that.
never been there when they had pizza,
No.
but they might.
They
I don't
might.
know.
Maybe
they
it
have,
was in-
they
maybe
have
it was before
massage
COVID.
chairs.
They have this whole massage area, and we've been to we signed up in Alaska, and we've been we were members of the Planet Fitness in Alaska. Finally,
random.
Oxford made us sign up forms so many times, like you have to sign a special form since you're not. I'm like, okay, can we transfer our membership away from Alaska, please? We just needed showers in Alaska. We were boondocking.
So we literally
Okay, that
joined.
makes
So we
sense.
joined Planet Fitness for the
There
showers
you go.
when we were boondocking in a van up there. That was fun.
was a lot of
And so it was like our central location. It's like, hey, it's been 2 days. We haven't had a
Let's
shower.
go to the
Let's
Planet
go back to
Fitness."
Anchorage. Let's go before we go back down. And so, but if you're not comfortable going to a gym or anything like that, then you can go on Facebook Marketplace, buy some free weights, buy a machine and a piece of equipment, some power bands.
Just
Use
those
stuff in
bands.
your home.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
seriously, those bands though,
Candle
you can
sticks.
get them for not a lot.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
little bands, and they come with a little DVD, and you just put the DVD in, and it tells you what to do. And you don't
The
have to be
DVD.
lifting heavy weight to be making a difference.
No. No,
It's
you don't.
all about your body, your muscles, and stressing them basically.
And letting it, what you do, you exhaust the muscle, you let it rest, you get adequate nutrition. That's all you do. And if you'll do, and of course those three things are easier said than done, but if you'll do those three things, then everything will work better. Your mind will work better, your body will work better, your recovery will be better, your immune system will be better. So it makes a big difference. Yeah, clinically there's just about nothing that you can do better for your body than do resistance exercise. And then the cardiovascular exercise is important. And doing, maybe a total though of about 30 minutes to an hour per week total of cardiovascular exercise is all really anybody needs.
That's not much.
No, it's just a matter of being diligent to do it here and there those days.
Every week, you got to stick with it.
Yeah.
You can't be skipping weeks. you got to keep on. You
And
gotta
it's so
keep
hard to
moving.
get
It is
back
hard.
at it
It's
when
tough.
you skip a week, when you skip
It's
days.
like, oh, let me just keep skipping.
Yeah, I like the way this feels to not work
Yeah.
out. And then one day you look at the mirror and you don't like the way that you look anymore.
Or your pants are a little snug, whether they used to not be.
Yeah,
It's like, okay, well, I got to quit skipping.
Got to quit skipping the workout days and do a little more diligence.
So, 30 minutes a day, 4 days a week for maintenance. What
Yeah.
if you want to lose weight?
Same.
No
you
more?
No, not really. I mean, you can add some cardio between those days. You could do a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday workout. Monday you could do chest and biceps with some cardio, a little ab work. Tuesday you can do legs. Wednesday you can rest. Thursday you can do shoulders and triceps, a little ab work, little calves. Friday you do back, biceps. You've trained your entire body for the week if you just did what I just said. You've exhausted all your muscle groups and you've allowed them to recover, and when they recover, they're stronger, they're leaner, they're more agile, they're more able. And you know, once you do that week after week after week, you start making progress. Then when you see the progress, it motivates you. Then you start doing more intensive things. Then you find your niche when it comes to working out. It might be that you just love resistance exercise. It might be that you drift over to more of a cardiovascular type of workout. But at that point, you know, you can definitely make those decisions. But it's just that it's the I guess consistency that's most important.
Consistency,
Yeah.
definitely.
And that's with anything. That's with we talk about taking pills, taking herbs. You know, you can't, herbs are not pharmaceuticals. It require, you need at least, 1,000, 1,500 to 3,000 milligrams of any plant medicine for it to be effective for anything. So, you have to take a couple of pills, or you have to take a couple of pills 2 or 3 times a day. People that will do that and do it consistently get the rewards. But the other people who buy, they get something like what would it be? What was something like a cleanse? Like we had somebody take a parasite cleanse or whatever, and they want to take 1 pill a day.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's not going to work.
That didn't work.
It's not going to be enough the dosage is not going to be enough to effectively do what it needs to be done. So people need to be consistent, and they need to be a little bit disciplined. And once you're disciplined for a little while, then it becomes habit. And once it's a habit, it's not hard.
And then you start making better choices when you're eating.
And it's just kind of a natural, just
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're doing all this
Like
work
second
and you don't
nature,
want to
yeah.
just eat a big piece of cake after you did all this good work. You know what I
Right,
mean? It
right.
makes you want to make a little better choice.
It's
Plus water, drinking plenty of water.
plenty of water. Good quality, healthy, clean water.
Purified.
Very, very important.
Purified.
Make sure that water is clean.
How much water do you even need a day? Women and men. Is it different?
Well, it is. It's different also according to how much activity you're doing. If you're sweating, if you're up and you're going versus if you're sitting in front of a computer, you have much different requirements as far as hydration. But when you, for most people, drinking, what would you say? At least a half gallon to a gallon per day of water.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, a gallon of
not
water
bad.
per day is a lot of water. But
Yeah.
if you really, if you walk around with what we recommend, a water purifying water bottle, then you're just constantly sipping, so you really don't know how much you have or how much you don't have.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference to be able to have it during the day and have it consistently as you're going through the day.
And you can have these little, what are these called that I got from y'all? The Slender Sticks.
yes,
Speaking
little-
of Ziploc bags.
There we go.
There you go.
Hey, this would be worth 2 soles in the jungle. Actually, it's a good one.
Yeah, for electrolytes. and-
Electrolytes, and so these Slender Sticks, this has acai. It's naturally sweetened. It's high in A, C, and E antioxidants and vitamins and minerals. It's also refreshingly delicious. But these are great. These can be added to make if you're, I hear people all the time, I can't stand drinking water. Water has a terrible taste. Well, if your
It
water
is.
has a terrible taste, then you've got the wrong water.
Your water shouldn't
What is
taste.
the difference in these two, really? It's the same brand.
This one is grape flavored.
Yeah.
This is Slender Sticks Active. Oh boy.
We'll find out what the main difference is next week. They're telling us we gotta go. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight on Truth, Health, and Wellness. I'm Lacey Klontz with Dr. Matt and Deborah St. John. We'll see you next week. Have a great night.